let's have a beautiful experience. In this video, we're going to talk about Groundhog's Day, how to naturally raise your testosterone, your human growth hormone, and make your penis bigger. It's a beautiful thing. You gotta love it. Alright, before we get started here, please do me a huge favor. Please ring the bell, subscribe to the channel, tell some friends. Of course, give me that Arthur Fonzarelli thumbs up like so I say, hey, and of course, follow me on my social media. I go by Jesus_Detroit on my Instagram, Snapchat, I'm YOUNGDAYGO. And that's right, we're all going to be talking about Groundhog's Day because you know what we're all about here in the BCC, the Big Cock Consciousness, the Big Cock Collective, where I help you manifest a bigger, wider, thicker, longer, stronger, and harder penis, help you naturally raise your testosterone and your HGH. I'm a spiritual guide and a mentor here to expand your mind and increase your size. So without further ado, I'm here to tell you about Groundhog's Day. And I know, I'm always getting festive with the holidays, and I'm always inspired because you know what we say in the famous words of Matthew McConaughey, Moondog, fun. Fun is the gun. So don't forget that, write that down. Fun is the gun. And what we're talking about here with the whole Groundhog's Day is, if you guys ever seen the movie with Bill Murray, great movie. You know me, I'm a movie buff. Like I said, anyway, you can get your smile on your face. The smile is divine. It's made inside the mind. And, this movie, Groundhog's Day, what it's about essentially is having a shot at life every single day that you're stuck in the past. And I know I might have said that, for whatever it's worth. So you know what, we're going to start it off with the way that I love to say it anyways. Every single day before my feet hit the ground, you know the sound. Go ahead and take this breath with me. I got a shot today. I feel beautiful because gratitude is the attitude. You got to have that gratitude attitude. You got to be in the receptive mode to really grow. And when we're talking about this movie today, Groundhog's Day, and how this correlates into what we're going with, it's essentially when you get stuck into the past and you want to constantly make yourself better. And that's the message that you get from the movie, along with whatever you're tuned to. And that's the one of the most things that came to me, was the fact that every single day you got a shot to make yourself better. And in the beginning, it was looked at like, this is a prison. Because every single day, Bill Murray kept waking up. His name was Phil in the movie. He would wake up every single day, and he'd be in the same town, Punxsutawney. And, he would wake up there, and he had no shot at getting out of this town. It was every day he's waking up. He's in the same town doing the same thing. And it was like a prison sentence to him. And essentially, he was trying to kill himself in many different ways. And then, he started to make the best of it. He started to look at the sunny side of things. He learned about, about how to play the piano. He sharpened his skill set, pretty much, is what it all came down to. And he learned a lot about the woman in the movie. I think her name was it was Rita or something. Don't quote me on the name, but regardless, he was trying to learn. He was infatuated with her. He was in love with her, enamored, whatever word you want to say. And essentially, he wanted to be with her every single day. And the guy that he was, the guy that he was today wasn't the one that she was looking for. But every single day he progressed, and he learned even more about what she likes, and he learned even more about who he was. So by the end of however many days it was, essentially it was only one day. So he did all this stuff. He learned how to play the piano. He learned all these things about this woman. He learned so many different things that eventually he got to the point where he got to make everything that perfect day. And I feel like that is what we are always doing anyways, because life, you're always chasing that. It's always going to be ongoing, where you're just chasing greatness. And you got to be happy with how great you are today, because you're a beautiful person as is. And, whenever you're getting out of your own way with this, like I always say, man, if you want beauty to appear, you got to keep this clear. You got to be a clear, conduit for growth. And when we're talking about the flow of, essentially making, your best day ever, your best Groundhog's Day. And, not I don't know if you guys know what the groundhog is. He comes out and he checks his shadow and you see some winter. If you wake up with that huge piece of meat splitting the sheets, you know what I mean, and you see a shadow, there might be some more winter. But you know what we're about here, having that huge piece of meat, swing to the knees, drop to the pecs, making you your best. You know what we're going with. And you know what? I might as well get a quick pump going because I'm flowing and I love to be growing and always showing that the energy is always there. The grow is real. And you got to understand that the mind-muscle connection is all feel. So it doesn't matter about how much weight you're lifting, what your diet looks like. All that matters is putting your mind into the size. Paramahansa Yogananda, the one that brought yoga to the West, is the one that told us about how the mind is what puts the muscle on. And when we're going with that flow and understanding that Arnold Schwarzenegger, whenever he talks about getting the pump, it's like, yeah, I'm like coming, like, oh my God, it's like I'm coming at the gym. I come in with the women, like, you put the aroused workouts into whatever you're doing. And like Steve Jobs says, the ones that believe they're crazy enough to change the world are the ones that do. And like I'm saying, every single time you want to say a couple positive mantras along the way, the one that I love to go with along the day is I am magic, I am divine, and the universe is on my side. Another one I love to say is I am so happy and grateful that my huge massive muscles are growing bigger, harder, stronger, more defined, abundantly. Another one I like to say is I am so happy and grateful that my huge, beautiful penis is growing bigger, wider, thicker, longer, stronger, and harder, abundantly. And then finally, the one when you really gotta get that one last rep out. I'm right here, Detroit Rock City, wintertime, Groundhog's Day, sweating in a chair, long hair flowing, skin glowing, and I'm dripping that sweat. And that's what we're gonna say to make us our best. If you just gotta scream it, you just gotta feel it, you can say it in your head. Go ahead and repeat this. I am magic, I am divine, and I can increase my size. 2020, let's go, let's grow. Groundhog's Day. It's a beautiful thing. You gotta love it, man. And I gotta get me sitting here. I'm sore. Gotta get this, holding my accountability, my reward, and you can count on me waiting for you in the parking lot. I gotta get this in, so I say so. Oh yeah, antifreeze. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah, it's going to be the Super Bowl as well on Groundhog's Day, so that's something for all you football fanatics, aficionados out there. But be as it may, man, this is a beautiful thing. I'm just sitting here, Groundhog's Day, or it's about to be Groundhog's Day. I'm actually feeling beautiful from putting in that extra hard work at the gym this week. And like I always say, there's no wrong, there's a two-way street, a three-way, four-way, so many different ways that are on the street that are going to tell you why you're doing something right or why you're doing something wrong. It's like I always say, all truths are true. You just got to find the ones that make you, you. And if you want to believe that, whoever's telling you how to do something, if it's working for you, beautiful. And, like Rocky Balboa says, nothing's real unless you believe in yourself. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, I'm feeling it today, man. It's a beautiful Groundhog's Day. You gotta love it. It's the 9th lunar day, the day of the bat. What does it all mean? We're talking about that huge piece of meat as always in the BCC. And like I said, really inspired today to let you know that every single day you got a shot to make yourself better. And that's really what the whole Groundhog's Day message is really about. It's just essentially like, if you look at, when you're looking at it from the grand picture of being the person that you're intending on becoming, And that's pretty much what, like, you know, the whole Bill Murray was in the movie. He was trying to be the guy that was going to get the girl. And, you know, he had to go through, you know, the trials and tribulation to become that person. And, of course, it was all done in one day. But if you really see how long it took him to get there, that's essentially what we're doing. So every single day, you got to be able to enjoy the ride, have some fun along the way, and then by the time that you get to the part that you were already meant to play, that's when we're already living. And, you know, that's a beautiful thing, you know what I mean? And that's really what it all comes down to today, is just, you know, you're making yourself better for that moment. So enjoy the one you're in now. And when you're doing that, you're going to be, you know, you're going to be happy for what you are. And you're a beautiful piece of the divine, man. Because like I say, man, we are all magic. We are all divine. The universe is always on our side. And we can increase our size. And you got to believe that you can do it. And the sooner you start believing, the sooner you start feeling, the sooner the more things are going to happen. And like I say, man, I could help you put action into practice in the BCC, more hands-on techniques, the masturbation for manifestation, the jelking, the Kegels, the edging, the super edging, all these techniques that are manifested through me and continuously ongoing and giving me results. And I'm here to, you know, help share these with you. And you know, I was watching another, you know, hold on real quick. So, I was watching some Seinfeld today, yeah. You know me, man, TV and movie buff, and, you know, one of the episodes was about the move, and Jerry Seinfeld has some special sex move that he did to Elaine, and then David Putty, the mechanic, did the same move to, you know, Elaine, which was his girlfriend, and all of a sudden, you know, she told him, he's like, oh, you did your move, Jerry, and he told him not to do the move. You can't do this move over here, maybe in another town. He's like, oh yeah? Well, how about you take a car somewhere? You know, it's just like, you know, like, we're talking about a sex move, and then George was lost about it. He had to write it on his forearm, and then the girl was, you know, she was blown away from the move, and then she was all upset that the guy had to write down crypt notes. You're writing down crypt notes to be, basically blow her mind. And that is just like, you know, I'm watching this, and it's just like, you know what? Sometimes you can't tell everybody your magic. It's like Jesus Christ says, you know, go forth and tell nobody, or, you know, pretty much something along those lines. And that's kind of like what it all comes down to, because it's everybody else that's going to talk you out of your own truth. You're the one that's got to believe what you're doing. And that's really what the message is about this. So whether there's some move or not, you know, you can't be, obviously, like, you know, depending on your situation, you know, you're not going to tell somebody, like, okay, I'm doing this to, you know, please you. It's like you're better off just, you know, going within, making yourself the person that's already doing it. And obviously, like how George got caught with the notes, but I mean, you can't let that like bother you from having somebody that's at least putting effort in to make themselves better, and, you know, so be it. You know what I mean? But where I was going with that is, you know, for the most part of this day, you got to believe in who you are every step along the way. You got to love yourself. And like Jesus Christ says, go forth and tell nobody unless you want to tell somebody. And that's what I say, man. You want to tell somebody what you're doing, that's your own business. But I mean, for the most part, you're better off, you know, keeping it in here. And like I said, you keep it clear, you have that beauty appear, and you're going to make yourself, you know, the best version you can become. And we're talking about, you know, naturally raising your testosterone, your human growth hormone, all these moves. And, you know, when you look at how certain bodybuilders do their work, you know, a lot of people don't tell you what they're doing, all their tips and tricks and that kind of thing. And that kind of correlates into the go forth and don't tell nobody type of motion. And when you go with that, I mean, that's something that you can incorporate into who you are to become your best version. But like I said, man, you don't, like, obviously, you know, this subject isn't something that some people aren't talking about all the time, unless, you know, something that I like to talk about. You know, me, I'm passionate about the penis, man. I'm passionate about growth. I'm passionate about naturally contacting the divine to increase our size, because I believe that there's more than, you know, like I said, I know there's millions of different ways of doing this, and I find that I'm channeling a way that was out way before we even existed. And I feel that just being open to this, tuned to this channel of growth, and being able to share it with the ones that are receptive to it is going to make it even stronger, and it's going to help people out along the way. And that's really my intention here. My intention is for everybody to be confident in who they are, understand that they're beautiful, understand that you're holding a piece of the divine, and whether this is a matrix or whatever you want to call this existence, like I said, man, at the end of it all, it's all about, smiling as much as you can and laughing, because I feel like whenever we're doing that, we're in our best light, instead of, chasing, everybody's going to chase the dream and, want to come back to, essentially what we always were, and that was happy. So I always say, bring the happy with you and always smile along the way, man. Fun is the gun. Don't forget that, man. You got to have fun along the way. Don't worry about, what you got to say about, whatever, man. Just constantly improve on yourself. Constantly believe that you can. And essentially, it will all seem like one day to the moment that you got to be. And that's really what the whole Groundhog Day flow is really helping me go with this grow. And that's what we're going with, man. Like, I almost want to say, that's all I got to say about that. And then the quick Forrest Gump analogy on Groundhog's Day. So for that, I say salute. Oh yeah, I tell you, man, it's been a long day, and for some reason, I don't know what this whole Groundhog Day flow's been, and just, taking care of business today, and just really just, feeling the messages come to me and spread the light, and understand that all you guys are beautiful. And like I say, man, all you guys, I intend out there to spread love any which way that you can, man, because the power of love, here we lose it and lie. We're talking the power of love is the most important one that you can ever go with. It's on the center of that chakra system. We're talking about, whenever I always got to share the matrix hack. Whenever you hear somebody on the phone, you see somebody in line at the grocery store, across from you at the gym, if somebody just comes across your mind, just go ahead, whatever the thought is, good, bad, neutral, just stop for a quick second and you just think, I intend on that person, that soul, they have a beautiful day, to feel love in some kind of way, and you go along your day and you just hacked the matrix. You made the world a better place, and you could put it in your own words about, how to make somebody feel, because the feeling comes from within, and whatever you can elicit throughout, whoever, that's really what it all comes down to. Because like I say, the universe is a mirror, and whenever you start loving yourself, you're loving everybody else, and whenever you're loving out there, you're loving yourself, and it just keeps coming and keeps you growing and flowing. And that's really what it all comes down to. And that's, you know me, I'm always doing that Wu Wei flow, Tao practice, path of least resistance, and you're just getting to your point in the day without, thinking that I gotta go in this order to get to that. It's just, whatever. I'm just gonna play it we're gonna play it as it lies. You know what I mean? Had to shoot it off Frankenstein's big fat foot. Remember? I don't know why I had to give you a quick Happy Gilmore line, man. I'm just rambling like a monkey in a tree. Another Forrest Gump, had to go with it again. You know what I mean? But anyways, Groundhog's Day. We're just having some fun today, just spreading the message of love and positivity, and letting you know that every single day you got a shot to make yourself better. You got a breath, you got a shot. You're a beautiful person. Don't you forget that. Enjoy your day, enjoy who you are, and understand that, you're going to become who you already were intended to be. And just, visualize it, feel it from the end, feel what your vision is. And like I said, man, I intend on all of us to grow, to become the huge giants that we are meant to be. We're talking about head in the clouds, not worried about the little gremlins at your feet, huge piece of meat, throb between the pecs, give it a kiss. How you doing? Not stomping on your best friend's house, but we're talking about nothing can touch us. We're up here, man. And that's really what the whole, that's what it's all about, man. It's about having that, gratitude, attitude, being that giant of love that's not worried about, any problems, man. We're just here to have fun and, spread that love around, man. And that's really what it all comes down to, man. So the Groundhog Day grow, the Super Bowl grow, whatever type of flow you want to go with, every single day might seem like it's exactly the same, but over and over and over, you're going to get to the point of what you became. And that's a beautiful thing. So for that, I'm going to close this beautiful experience yet again. Groundhog's Day. We got some winter coming. The winter's a great time to grow. The spring's a great time to flourish. It's a great day to be alive every single time that you're breathing. So don't forget that. Make sure you guys are getting at me in my, in the BCC, checking out my social media. Got my kids, taking care of the neighborhood. It's over there snoozing right now. It's care today. Got my wolf and my bear. They're always there. It's a beautiful thing. And like I said, we're going to have so many cameos this year. Just travel, and there's so many beautiful things coming. And 10 on you guys to feel beautiful today. Feel some love today. To grow today, as always. And like I say, man, make sure you guys, are spreading that love around. You guys are beautiful. I love you guys. Peace. I'll see you.